Okay. And apparently my camera's died just as we've started.
Oh no.
Lovely. I don't know why it went to sleep. Right, I'll put it back to you. There we go. It's woken up now. Hopefully it stays awake.
Okay. Where is this? I don't know if you're playing background music, but I can't hear
Yeah.
anything. But
Because it's on the same laptop.
oh, right, okay.
That was
got you,
why.
got you.
We're in this intro, like.
Yeah. Do you want? Have we started already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can stop and restart, like.
Oh, I don't mind. Like this is the same chaotic energy that I feel like we have in general, anyway. So like we could just go from here.
Sure, if you want.
Um, yeah. So this is our second episode of On Our Desk, which is a very long time from we tried to record one of these. What is it? It's well over a year, isn't it? So
Yeah, it's coming up on. Yeah, it was 2019. Can't even
yeah.
remember the date now.
Yeah, I literally looked it up on Spotify just before this, and like I can't even remember the date. But
Yeah, I
it
think
was
Spotify went up later than the YouTube.
yeah, yeah.
Let's have a wee look. So I will put my screen on the recording. YouTube.
But yeah, it was. It's been so long. I've got it down as like 4th of April was last time we tried to record this.
Yeah. We
But
keep trying to record an episode 2 and it never comes around either because like this time we've messed up the intro or there's times where we've went to do it and we can't be bothered, or things happen and it can't happen.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
But it's
Library.
kind of one of those things where we're both like, whenever we were in uni, we were able to balance our time a little bit, and we were able to try and like go, okay, so we have this amount of time off, we can go try and do this. But then now that we're in work, it's like it's actually really difficult to try and
Yeah.
because obviously like you've got weekends and then any time that you book off, but then I'm like I don't always have weekends because I'm working retail, so it's like it can be all over the place just trying to find time
Yeah.
to do it. But yeah, like the plan we have of stuff to talk about is like, as you were said, is like completely out of date because we were planning to record this sometime in the end of the summer and it just kind of didn't happen. And then we were trying to record something, we were writing stuff at the end of September and we didn't get to do it then either. So like some of the stuff that we have written here is like really old news for us, but it's stuff which like you guys listening will have not heard yet. So yeah, I suppose we can still talk about the stuff that's here. Yeah, the first thing we were going to talk about is like where we've been all this time. So yeah, that was uni, work,
busy basically.
Yeah.
We've not stopped. Like, yeah, we've both graduated university. We are now both working. I think last time we recorded, I was still on placement from university.
Oh yeah, you were.
We've both completed final year. Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yeah. It is a wee bit scary, like, to think that.
Yeah. It's weird, just like I feel like it's weird talking about it now because it's one of those things where I've fully accepted the fact that like I've finished university, I've graduated and like moved on into kind of normal working life, but then it's just because I'm just doing it, I've just accepted it. But then talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've graduated, like I'm not in uni anymore. That said, we have an actual graduation, not us, but like in Queens we have an actual graduation celebration event thingy and this Thursday actually. So yeah, so that's probably
ours isn't till the new year, but yeah, we have something. But are you going to yours? Is the question.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am, for a mixture of I just want to see like my mates again, and also my parents are very excited to go to the Queen's garden party. That's literally that's literally all it's about.
Yeah, see, I don't even know if I want to go to mine. Like, we've done the graduation thing. Yes, it hasn't been like a normal graduation, but I just sort of feel like it's done and dusted, and I'm now
Yeah,
working.
I get that.
Yeah,
You've
like
moved past it, sort of a thing.
yeah, like we both did really well. Like we
Hmm.
noted, both of us got first class honors. But
Yeah,
yeah, I've done the celebrating, and I'm now
yeah.
like,
You're ready to just move on from it
mhm.
now, and it's in the past, sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I get that. I feel like that in a way, and then I feel like this is gonna be us kind of like actually officially like this is us moving on to a new
mhm.
section of life. I feel like that's what it's about for me.
Yeah,
And also obviously getting to see a bunch of uni friends who I haven't seen for a really long time, and all of that. But yeah, I feel like it'll be a nice experience. But then again, having it before Christmas feels like a good thing for me,
mhm.
because I feel like having it in the new year it wouldn't feel the same, if you know what I mean. Which is
Yeah,
maybe part of the thing about having it in the new year. But
yeah.
yeah, so there was.
I find it quite ironic though. I got a message from one of my lecturers in final year, and I think he's now the course director of the same course today, asking, oh,
Okay.
would you be able to give a quote about your time at doing the course? And I was like, sure. So he's meant to send me an email with the details of what he's wanting. Um,
Right, okay. Fair
yeah.
enough. Is this for like, the advertising that you get? Like whenever we were in upper sixth looking at like university, and it's like all the little pamphlets that you get about this is why this university is great, and it's like all the students' quotes and stuff. Is that the sort of thing?
I'm not sure. Literally, no idea. No idea.
Yeah. But yeah, sure. That's exciting anyway. Sort of.
The
Yeah.
I think the other thing that we need to highlight here is we're both in the scenery has changed behind us
Yep.
since we last did a podcast. Since our last
Yeah.
one. Um, how about
Mhm.
you first?
You
Why
want me
is
to go
the
first?
why is your background
I've-
changed?
Okay, my background's changed. Last time we recorded a podcast episode, I was in like the front room, like the music room where I had like all that stuff. Not only am I now in a bedroom, but I'm in a bedroom in a different house because we literally we moved house. We were in Donaghadee before, me and my family, and then we decided that we were going to move, and yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff happened. We ended up moving to Bangor, which is where we are now. And yeah, so I'm now in this little like upstairs bedroom, and it's very cozy and very nice. It's my first time actually having a desk and like a computer set up in my room for a really long time as well,
Hmm.
because in the last bedroom that I had, I just didn't have room for a desk.
Yeah,
So now I've got like the full computer setup, mic setup, everything. It's nice. So yeah, that explains my background change.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
should
sure.
explain mine. Mine's very messy at the moment. Yeah. It doesn't the angle that my camera's at doesn't really do it justice.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, because there's Christmas decorations that are out there, and there's a monitor box there for a new monitor from my bedroom, but this is a bit of office space that I've made myself in a roof loft conversion in the roof space. So this was done years ago, the loft conversion, but we had turned it into storage, and since the job that I'm doing is 90% work from home at the moment, I needed somewhere to work. Like, there's no way of me working in my bedroom all day, every
Yeah,
day.
your
Like,
bedroom is like my bedroom was tiny in the last house that I was in, but like your bedroom is tiny. Like it's like
yeah.
even smaller. Yeah.
Even at that though, like I haven't actually been using this much recently. That's why it's so cluttered. Is I've been back in my room because up here's not as well insulated, and the weather's been
Okay.
freezing because it's like
Yeah.
middle of December now, and
Yeah.
there's been some big storms recently. So
Hmm.
yeah,
That's
um,
like I've one radiator in my bedroom, and when it's on, the room is absolutely
mhm,
roasting, and you could hardly be in the room. It's that warm.
yeah,
If I turn that radio, if I
radio.
turn that radiator, if I turn the radiator off, it's absolutely freezing because of the time of year. So it's like it's just this constant thing of turning it on, getting enough heat in the room, turning it off, and just kind of jumping back and forth. But yeah, so yeah, our scenery has changed quite significantly.
Mhm.
I have a cello there, which I still have not tried to play at all. I thought like putting it out of its case right there, I would start to actually play it.
Mhm.
Not yet, but I
Ooh,
will.
okay.
To be honest, I've got some time off just after Christmas, and I'm thinking I might just like take some
Ooh,
time and just
nice
sit down. And try and-
time off. I've enjoyed my time off. I've been off all this week, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to going back.
Or to go back. Yeah, yeah. But then, sure, Christmas is just around the corner as well, so you'll be able to kind of
Yeah.
try and enjoy that too. But you were off because of your birthday as well. You're a birthday boy on this podcast.
Yeah. My 23rd. I feel old.
I'm still a very young 21, so you know I'm kind of
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
reached old age yet, unlike you.
I love the way looking at this doc. I had taught her we had put a bullet point loft office space plans. That's how long ago it
Yeah.
was. This space that I'm in
Noticed that.
didn't exist.
Yeah, because like I remember you at that point you had a whole setup in your bedroom, and it was you literally couldn't move your chair back.
Mhm.
Like you could just about squeeze into the chair, but you couldn't move it back.
Yeah.
And then you had the ultra wide downstairs at one point. Do you still have that downstairs, or is that upstairs now?
No, that's upstairs now. That's what the
That's what you're-
recording. That's what my Mac Mini's on. No, I have literally just received a brand new monitor from work. I requested it. I was using about a 5-year-old 1080 HD, like fairly cheap monitor, and I was
Mhm.
like, and I'd been working down there quite a bit recently.
Yeah.
And so I decided that seeing as I have been working down there a lot and a bit more recently, and probably will a wee bit more even in a few weeks' time. I thought the work were supplying stuff for work from home, and I never actually requested the monitor. The first there whenever I joined, so I thought, oh, I might as well now, because their monitor will be substantially better, and yeah, so they sent me out this. I think it must have been about 600 quid maybe. But it's a 1080. It's still only 1080p, but it's 23 inch, so it's a bigger screen. It's also got Type C for power and for video. So it's one cable just
okay, so
to
you'll be
do the
able to-
whole lot.
One cable, and that's
And it's
nice,
also a
nice.
nicer quality screen because it's a flipping Dell panel instead of an
Oh, okay.
Asus. So yeah,
yeah.
there was a sort of a mixture of reasons behind that.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
it's the upgrade. No, the ultra wide is up here. Apparently my camera might go out again. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well-
Apparently it's overheating, and I don't know why, because I'm not recording or anything.
Are you just using it to stream? Yeah.
I'm
Or
using
not
it
stream
to send video.
as a feed
to-
in rather than.
Yeah. Let me
Hmm.
do a wee bit of a.
That's
sorting
okay.
out.
I've got down one of the things right beside your like all your house changes with the loft office space plans and current office setup, which is you're now in your loft office space. I've got like a bunch of my like house plans were beside that because I knew at the point that we were writing this, I think had I moved? Yeah, I'd moved
Yeah.
here. So yeah, I at this stage there's a bunch of plans I had as well, which have actually I think most of them have been done now. I've got written down sunroom studio plans. That hasn't happened yet, but I don't think that will happen this side of like spring, because I think just putting electrical equipment out there is just going to be a liability in the winter. But yeah, the back room, I've got a bunch of stuff set up now. I
Yeah.
got a couple of nice speakers, everything. My keyboard's set up. Got my audio interface, the multi-input interface in there, so it's a nice little setup in there. Bedroom computer, that's literally, I've already talked a little bit about that, like that's all my stuff in here.
Mhm.
So yeah. And then actually there's a bunch of other stuff which we haven't mentioned yet, and I feel like I don't know, like we can definitely plug it. We probably can't talk too much about it because that would maybe be stealing their thunder a little bit. But we've both started working for Sunshine 1049 as well. We could probably
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I
Um,
go ahead.
Yeah, do you want me to like explain how I started with that, and then because
Yeah.
it's really funny how it worked out. Because I'd listened to some of their stuff in the past, and I didn't know too much about them because I didn't listen to them regularly. And then you had mentioned to me that there was a girl who'd graduated from the music course in your uni who was now working for them. And I was like, okay, that's cool and everything, but I didn't think about it
Mhm.
too much. And then you just like suggested that I should like correct me if I get this mixed up because like my ability to think about the past at the minute is a bit fried. But I think you said to me to like get in touch with them and see about like volunteering with them. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And I think I emailed Neil, the managing director of the station. I emailed him at first, and then obviously opened the channel of communication with him. And like a few weeks later, having chatted to him, had like a kind of really informal, chilled out interview, and all that. I got set up that I now present a show for them on weekends at the minute, on Saturdays and Sundays.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool. But that was like my introduction to Sunshine. That I obviously listen to them regularly now and host for them. But then I saw on their social media, and I think I tagged you in it, or did I send it to you? But
I don't
then
know. I don't know whether he just brought up in conversation with me, and
I might
then
have
and
done.
then I went and looked at the social media post. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. Cause
Mhm.
yeah, that they were looking for a social media network, whatever. I don't even know the name of it. Like
Mhm.
volunteer to deal with it. And so yeah, I just I was sort of a wee bit hesitant, thinking, am I taking on too much with it? So
Mhm.
it took you a wee while to convince me, I think, and it took a wee bit
Yeah.
of convincing even when I was on with Neil. Um,
Yeah.
so
I remember
yeah,
just being like, "This would be perfect for you. Go for it. Go for it." And then,
yeah,
yeah.
but like I was up, like I've been up to my eyeballs with work and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like I just started my job. I've been full time. I've not literally not stopped, and I thought, oh, I'll see how much it involves or what he wants me to do.
Mm.
And then he sort of asked me to come back to him with some ideas. So I thought
Mhm.
I'd sort of sit and make out a plan of roughly how to run it. So long story short, most of the work's done sort of one day a week, and then it's scheduled and I don't have to think about it again. Like I've scheduled majority of the posts up until Christmas. Every so often I'll keep an eye on like the stats and stuff like that, but it isn't that much really. Like yes, I could do more, but it's sort of getting that balance because I also have a full-time job and I help at church.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it all is all about balance,
Hmm.
really, and it was similar for me at first because at first I was. Whenever I started, it was quite funny because it was a situation of I was asked to my introduction to radio was to the radio show hosting was I was going to cover the weekend breakfast show for 2 weeks, um, and that was what was going to happen. It was 2 weeks. Then we would figure out where my show would be. But
Hmm.
then I ended up taking over the weekend breakfast show completely. But yeah, I think it's as long as you like stay on top of prep and stuff like that, it's not so bad. But as soon as you let it go a little bit, and then you all of a sudden are looking at it and I'm like, oh no, I have all this stuff to do. You can like panic a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's just all about that's the biggest thing that even since starting working, as I say in retail, it's the biggest thing for me is just organizing my time now because I can have shifts that are all over the place,
Yeah.
anywhere between 6 o'clock and midnight,
Yeah.
and and trying to like just organize my time so that I know when I have a shift and what time I have around that shift to be able to do the stuff that I need to do, and also trying to balance in what I'm doing for church as same as yourself, and also just trying to balance in having free time as well, because I feel like that's something which is really important, which is so often like forgotten about, because you can end up overworking yourself as well. Like you can just end up especially if you're enjoying the stuff that you do, which I mean I really do. I enjoy like all the stuff that I'm involved in, from work right through to the radio stuff right through to church. If I enjoy what I'm doing, I can end up overdoing it a lot of the time, because because I enjoy it, I just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, and then I like sit down and like, when was the last time I actually just sat down and took a break and didn't do very much, you know?
I think that's what this week's been good for. I've done a wee bit of stuff, like I did some stuff for church yesterday and so on, but I haven't really done very much this week with being off. I think it is like there's sometimes you just need to sit back and do nothing. You get to that point. Yeah.
And I feel like that this got very deep all of a sudden, like just talking about like life advice. We should add life advice to like the little description of what our podcast is now.
Yeah.
Remember to take rest, folks. What else is there? What else is new with what we've been doing?
I think that's about it in terms of new stuff. Like,
there's a lot of stuff which has been going on, which is just kind of keeping going on.
Yeah.
But I think the one big thing about the podcast, at least, is that we want to make it. We say this every single time.
Even when we haven't posted it and we've sort of tried to do it, we'll always say that we need to make it more regular. I think if we plan and if we sort of get it set up in a way that it is a bit more consistent, and also not aim to make it not an hour long, like make it sort of a reasonable time.
Yeah, our first episode was an hour long, and listening back to it on Spotify, I was like, there's a lot of this which we were very excited and stuff, talking about some of the stuff we were talking about, but I feel like we're at a place, if we're going to make this more regular, we need to like make it a little shorter. And I feel like probably, like, obviously our listeners, you guys can give us feedback as well on what you want from us, but I definitely feel like having it a little shorter will be easier for us to do it more regularly, because I feel like it's going to be easier to plan for and prepare to record and find the time to record like a podcast that's, say, 25 minutes, half an hour long, as opposed to if you like have to put in the prep and then the editing and everything for an hour long podcast episode, that's a different ball game. And if you're doing that, like, I remember we said in our first episode somewhere, I think we were just really naive. We said we would like try and post an episode every 2 weeks.
Nah.
Like, now I'm sitting here like, if we can do
Once
one a month, we'll be doing well. Yeah, so like I feel like we'd be aiming to have another one. I don't know when this is gonna go out, but it'll probably go out. I'd expect it to be out before Christmas, but like whenever we're aiming to record another one of these, I would want it out before the end of January.
And my aim is to get the setup in some shape or form where it's fairly easy to run as well, whether it is remote or whether we eventually can be bothered to put together something in person.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, obviously we've got all sorts of good ideas for whenever we can eventually get back together in person to do this sort of thing, but I feel like it's quite funny because we've been like meeting up the odd time, obviously, for coffee and stuff like that, and been talking face to face, and I've been like in my mind imagining that's what our podcast is like. I've just realized every podcast episode we've gone to record has been remote so far.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be like, you know, whenever we get to record one of these in person,
yeah, it'll be weird, I think.
Yeah.
I think it is something maybe we should plan for the next one, definitely. Maybe. Because we meet in person regular enough, and we can make the setup fairly compact.
Yeah, because I mean, we would need, like, this is giving a little behind the scenes for everyone listening or watching, but you'd need one camera.
Maybe two.
Okay, maybe two cameras, say, and then obviously we can each bring our pod mics round. So
even at that, we could even just do one mic if it's the condenser. We could use a C1 or something.
Yeah, we could do that.
And just an
And yeah,
audio interface.
yeah, yeah.
And
And because I feel like recording, yeah, just a wee audio interface, and then that's it. Because obviously at the minute with the setup we've got multi-tracking and all that kind of stuff. But if
yeah,
you're in person you don't need that because you can do stuff really that
my
easily.
multi-tracking seems to have broke apparently today, so
Oh, okay. I have a multi-track setup here, which because it's multi-track, if there's any issues, I can hopefully tweak it and make it
yeah.
less of an issue.
The video is just the 2 tracks, but I was aiming to try and record the multi-track separately, but apparently my iMac's throwing a fit,
Brilliant.
and my camera's also thrown in another fit.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
sure.
I think it's hinting that we're sort of getting close to the end. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I was like, wait, you mean of the podcast, not the end of the world or anything, right?
no, of the podcast. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, it's I feel like this would probably be a better sort of a length for our
yeah,
podcast
we're
because
at
I feel like
like
it's
25, 26
25
minutes
minutes.
so far. Like,
Yeah. Because that's the point. Because I missed recording the start of the audio for this. Like, I literally got from I started talking because I didn't know you'd started the music or the camera. I was just sitting here like,
yeah, so we bit. It's something I need to figure out. I was having audio issues with my Mac. Seems to be throwing a fit with the mixer.
oh, right.
So I need
Are you
to.
using the X32?
Yeah. So I'm using it and two USB sound cards. So I'm using the USB sound card in it plus 2 others.
Why does this sound really janky?
It's
It
not
probably
actually. It actually is probably a fairly good setup.
Yeah.
So
It sounds janky because I can't see. Like,
I've got a
what's
USB sound card feeding audio from your Zoom feed and
oh, okay.
that laptop.
Yeah.
And then I have a USB audio interface for bringing the audio in to the laptop or into the computer that's doing the video.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
then
I forgot you had multiple computers for this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I have the one built into the X32, which is for the multi-tracking going into my Mac. Apparently, the multi-tracking, I
It's
think,
just not having it today.
yeah, it's saying that the hard disk is too slow. I can sort of understand why, but it's frustrating.
Yeah.
um,
But sure, I've hopefully I've got multi-track in here. So
Yeah.
audio wise, we should be fine.
and
on my
video,
end, but
video
video-wise,
wise,
gotta
we're
go.
sorted other than my camera packing in. So
Okay.
the last
Well,
sort of 3 minutes or so, maybe slightly more, has just been of just you.
okay. Well, sure. I'll be the face of things for now.
Yeah.
me and my Christmas
Ah.
penguin.
Yeah, I love it. Like, maybe
this is the thing in work now. We're all wearing Christmas
know.
jumpers. And, yeah.
the next one we need to take the Christmas jumper off, even if we record it in December, like, cause
Yeah,
It'll-
because it's gonna be going out in January, and I feel like everyone will be
Yeah.
fed up with Christmas at that point.
yeah,
Some people are really fed up with Christmas already, and we haven't even had it yet.
I know. I'm in such a Christmassy mood. Like,
Yeah. It always happens for you right after your birthday, doesn't it? You're like your birthday happens, and then you're in
but
Christmas.
this year's been a very exception of a year, because I've been in a Christmas mood really since like November 1st or something. Like, it hasn't been.
Oh yeah,
it
because we had
hasn't
some
been.
Christmas music on the car as well, didn't we? At one point.
Yeah, it hasn't been as extreme as like Mariah Carey on November 1st, but
Yeah.
like it's been there, like, sort of from the middle of November onwards. It has sort of taken a spike, but
I think second week of November. Obviously, this being my first year actually first Christmas
Mhm.
working in retail, I didn't realize how accurate the stereotypes of the Christmas music in
Yeah,
shops.
November
It's
1st, and
just-
it's Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas, like, constant.
Yeah, like
Yep.
seriously. Yeah. And then
After-
you've got Michael Bublé on there as well.
Yeah.
And then it's
It
just
literally is them on repeat for like 8 weeks,
and then like I feel like it's gonna be
and then it
weird
just all
not
goes away.
Yeah, just all like as soon as like 27th of December, gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, gone now. But yeah, yeah, man. It's like I feel like it's always a weird time of year, like the time between Christmas and New Year. I always find it weird
Mhm.
because it's like you still feel a little bit Christmassy, but you're just ready for it to be over
Yeah.
too. But yeah, anyway, like
I'm
it's Christmas hasn't even happened yet, so we're gonna enjoy Christmas while it's
yeah.
here.
I think we should leave this podcast here. What do
Yeah,
you say?
yep. I would say that would be fair enough. So I think it's a good time to end it actually, and say to everyone like have a great Christmas as well.
Yes.
From us here on our desk, have a great Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
And yeah, we'll
definitely.
see you in the next. We'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully, it won't be a year. It'll be a month. But yeah, we will see you very soon. Hopefully. All right. See you later. Nice. I've got multi-tracking of that, so we should be good.